Hi girls, I'm hopping on tonight to show you how to make my mother's meatloaf. I know this is a traditional American thing. A lot of Americans make meatloaf and most kids hate meatloaf, but my kids, well, before Ava became vegetarian, they love my meatloaf. And it's because it's my mom's recipe. So I wanted to jump on. We're at the RV. You can see the beautiful scenery behind me. It's wine time. And I thought somebody actually asked me in one of my posts for a meatloaf recipe. So I'm kind of making I usually make a really big meatloaf, but because it's just three of us gonna eat it and Ava's not, I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, but here we go. I have about 1.5 pounds of ground chuck. Don't use hamburger. Do not use just ground hamburger because it's really oily and really greasy. You wanna get ground chuck, okay? So about 1.5 pounds, close to 2 pounds. I cut up 4 medium-sized potatoes, and then underneath I have about 4 carrots that I sliced. You can buy the little mini bag of carrots, that's like the small bag. You buy 1 bag of mini carrots, that's perfect, it'll save you time. I just don't have any here with me, so I had to chop up carrots. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay, let me put my gloves on because you know I'm weird about that. I have, because I'm making this size, this is a good size for like a family of 4. I have 1/2 of a green pepper, and it was a pretty big green pepper. So I have 1/2 a green pepper, 1/2 of a small white onion chopped, 3 cloves of garlic chopped. All right, so 1/2 a green pepper, 1/2 a white onion, and 3 cloves of garlic chopped. You're gonna need 1 egg, all right? And this is what, if I can get my glove on. You guys, the scenery here is so beautiful. This is just so relaxing, and I love cooking in the RV. Okay, so what we're gonna do is our 1.5 pounds of the ground chuck, we're gonna dump in our green pepper and our onion and our garlic, just like that. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna take 1 egg. You guys, this is so simple. I chopped it all up so it would be quick for you guys. 1 egg minus the shell. All right, you're gonna take 1 can. This is a small can. This one's only 8 ounces, and I'm not even gonna use the whole can. I'm gonna pour about 4 ounces of that, so 1/2 a can of the tomato sauce in that. So just 1/2 a can in there because you don't want it too wet. All right. You're gonna take some plain breadcrumbs, plain. Make sure they're not the Italian. You want the plain, and I'm gonna use about 1/2 a cup of the breadcrumbs. And then I can adjust it as I go. If I feel like the meatloaf is too moist, I can add more breadcrumbs. But for now, we're gonna add about 1/2 a cup. Secret ingredient right here, Lipton onion soup mix. It comes in little envelopes, just like that. You need 1 envelope of the Lipton onion soup mix. This is the secret ingredient that my mom always used to do. And there's one other little ingredient, but just dump the whole pack in there. It has a bunch of like flavoring to it, and it makes the meatloaf taste amazing. Worcestershire. I have this in my house all the time because I love it. You're gonna do about 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. And I know just from doing it so much that I don't have to measure, okay? That's why I'm not measuring. Take your pepper. You're gonna add about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper into your meatloaf, and about 1 teaspoon of salt, okay? Because I put a little bit of salt on the top. And you're gonna do about 1/2 a teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/2 a teaspoon of garlic powder. All right, here we go, another ingredient. Now, my mom didn't really use the barbecue sauce. This is something I started doing because Robbie loves the smoky taste of the meatloaf from the barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna add probably about 1.5 tablespoons of the barbecue sauce.
Yum.
Yum. Oh, Robbie's filming me, you guys. All right, that's it. Those are the ingredients for the actual meatloaf. And now I'm just gonna go in with my hands. You don't wanna over mix the meatloaf. You just wanna do it enough where all of your ingredients are nicely combined. Now I can feel like it's a really moist. The meatloaf is really, it's very moist. I might have to add just a little bit more breadcrumbs, and that's okay. If you feel like it's too wet, you can add more because your breadcrumbs are the binding. The egg and the breadcrumb are what's gonna hold your meatloaf together. Without them, the meatloaf is gonna fall apart in the oven, okay? So I am gonna add just a little bit more. Robbie, is it possible for you to sprinkle these since my hands are dirty? I know I told you I wouldn't need your help, but they're right here. I know, I'm sorry guys, he's gotta kinda try to do this. Oh boy, this is gonna be
What
bad.
am I doing?
This right here, see these breadcrumbs? Sorry guys. The breadcrumbs. Go ahead and dump a few more in there. Just keep going, I'll tell you when. Go, 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 go. Go yellow. Okay, that's about a 1/4 cup more I'm gonna put in, okay? It's about a 1/4. Now it's perfect. Now I like the texture and the feeling of it. Sorry, I know that was probably a little shaky. He asked me before, do you need my help? I said no. Typical, right? All right, so it looks like it's pretty well combined. I'm just gonna give it a couple more. And now a lot of people I know when they make meatloaf, they use a loaf pan. I don't do that. I never have done that. I just use a big pan like this one right here. And I put it on there, and I'm just gonna shape my meatloaf. Let's get this out of here. My kids love when I make meatloaf, which is so funny because you know when people go, oh, she's making meatloaf, gross. I promise you, you're gonna love this meatloaf. This is a good Sunday dinner. We like this for football nights, honestly. Okay, see how I shaped it? It's a perfect size meatloaf, and the thicker you make it, it's gonna take longer to cook. So you kind of want to make sure, maybe it's like an inch tall, maybe 1.5 inches tall, not much taller than that. And I just square it off at the ends like that, and kind of make a little well in the middle there a little bit, just like so. Oh my gosh, it looks perfect. That
smells good too.
Yeah, it smells really good. I'm gonna take off these gloves. Turn them inside out. Okay. Yeah, I could never get through that without the gloves. Normally, I would put down some aluminum foil on this pan because it makes cleanup so much easier. But of course, in the RV, I just realized I have no aluminum foil, but a piece this big, right? Now you're gonna take your potatoes, your vegetables, and kind of spread them out alongside of the meatloaf. Okay, just like so. And we're gonna cook it at 375. It's gonna take about an hour. You're gonna cover it for the first 40 minutes. And then you're gonna uncover it, take the foil off and uncover it for about the last 15 minutes. Okay, to let it get nice. And now if you want, you know, just use that little bag of carrots. Your life will be so much easier. I had to chop these up and it was not fun. Okay, here we go. Just like that. Now, here's the rest of your tomato sauce. I'm gonna pour the rest of that 1/2 can on the top of the meatloaf. Okay, and then any other left. And now I'm gonna take this can. This is another just small can, the 8 ounces, and I'm gonna pour it over my vegetables. Oh, I promise you're gonna love this, and the house is gonna smell so good. Okay, there you go. Right? That's it. Now I take a little bit of salt and put it over my veggies. Just sprinkle it over the whole thing, just a little bit, just a little bit. I know, you know me, salt and butter and garlic, we're all best friends. Just a little bit of pepper, boom, boom, boom. That is it. How fast was that? That is meatloaf. I'm gonna cover it with that small foil I have and pray for the best because it's only gonna cover the top of the meatloaf. I'm gonna put in the oven for, like I said, it's gonna take about an hour, but for the first 45 minutes, I'm gonna keep it covered. And then at the last 15 minutes, I'm gonna take it out, take off the aluminum foil and bake it without that. So I'll be back to show you what it looks like when it's all cooked. All right, girls, it's been about an hour, and as you can see, the meatloaf is out of the oven, and it smells, I cannot even describe the smell in this RV right now, and I'm gonna give it a little, like, sample taste. I'm gonna cut this piece right here. Oh, you can see it's cooked really nicely inside. You can see the green pepper and everything. The potatoes are fork tender, they're good. The carrots, nice and soft. Let me take a bite. Are we ready for a bite? I really am dreading cleaning this pan because usually I put aluminum foil down and yeah, it's gonna be hard to clean, but here we go. It's super hot, but the RV smells like, I can't, Robbie, how does it smell in here? He's been dying for an hour. perfect. I could eat it right out of the pan.
I don't know. Can you let me try one?
Super simple. Super, super quick to throw together, babe. It's super hot, though. It's super hot, Libby. It's hot, Libby. Hot. It has so much flavor. That's it, guys. That's meatloaf. Super easy.
So smoky.
It's so good. I hope you'll try it. I hope you'll let me know how you like it. And it's a great Sunday meal. So I will see you guys later. It's time to eat. We're starving up here. So love you guys. Awafi, and I'll talk to you soon.